Alright, here we go again. My name's Costas, I'm from FS Performance Engineering, and today we're actually installing a rear diffuser on a Toyota Camry. So to get started, we're going to go over all the tools you need and then show you the parts that we got, and from there we'll install it on the car and show you how easy it really is to do. So for this installation, you're going to need a drill. We use a cordless drill. You're going to need a 3/8 drill bit. This is a 25/64, it's slightly bigger, but that's okay. 3/8 is perfect though. A 1/4 inch drill bit, a 7/16 wrench, a 5/32 Allen wrench. You're going to need some kind of socket attachment with a 5/16 socket on it. You're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, and this one's optional. It's actually a clip remover, just in case you get into a bind and you can't get those clips off with the flathead. So this kit is really nice. The entire thing is very easy to install. It's very easy to put together. The kit comes with a rear valence piece here, as well as 4 fins and all the hardware necessary to install. The 4 fins, there's actually 2 inner and 2 outer. The outer ones are slightly shorter, as you can see, and the inner ones are slightly longer. So keep that in mind when we go to install and put this thing together, and we'll go ahead and do so right now. Okay, so to assemble your diffuser, you need to grab your valence. Notice that the underside of the valence has slots in it. These are completely hidden once it's installed, but you're gonna grab, starting with your outer fin, you're gonna take your outer fin, notice that it's got a slot right here, and you're gonna slide it into that groove and down over your valence until it pushes down all the way and stops. You're gonna do the same thing for the inner diffuser pieces. You're gonna slide it in that groove all the way till it stops. Here's another inner, right here, slide that on in, and then here is another outer, so you're gonna slide that on in. Some might be tighter than others, it just depends on the tolerance of the material. But after you install those, there's actually 4 very small 1/8 inch holes toward the rear of the valence. We supply these really tiny screws that require a Phillips head, and you're going to take them and push them right through those 1/8 inch holes and screw right into the plastic. Just make sure you have a firm pressure, pushing straight down as you spin the screw into the fin. Go ahead and go until it feels like it can't spin anymore or it's fully tight, and repeat the process for the other 3 fins. Okay, once you've got all the fins installed, you can actually move on to the car, and we've got a little bit of work to do on there, but this is what it looks like once it's fully assembled. Right, so start your installation off by raising the car. It just makes it much easier. If you could just lift the back of the car, that's fine. And identify these 4 kind of like pop clips that secure the bumper to this skid plate right here. And use a flathead screwdriver and pry underneath inside one of the slots to pop it out like that. Now if you find that you're having trouble or the clips are breaking, just don't worry about them breaking, just go ahead and pry that thing open. You can also use something like a clip remover. Here's the clip remover. Once you can just, open that clip ever so slightly, you can push this clip remover into between the pop clip and the tops and this top side of it, and just pull straight down and it should come out. So you're just going to do that for all 4 of these. And here's what the clips look like right here. Now once you've got those 4 clips removed, you need your drill with your 3/8 inch drill bit. These holes in the bumper cover here are already the correct size. However, in the skid plate, they're slightly too small, so you need to insert this into the hole of the skid plate and drill it out. Okay, so once you've drilled your 3/8 inch holes into the 4 spots on the car, put your drill down and focus on the hardware down here. You've got some bolts that you're gonna slide a washer on over. And then these are well nuts. You're gonna thread the well nut on all the way until it just touches the washer. So do this with all of them. It's gonna be 4. Okay, so you can actually now move on over to the car, but you're gonna need your socket attachment with your 5/16 socket. It's just gonna fit right over this hex bolt, and you're gonna push it through the diffuser and into the car and tighten it. And as it tightens, this mushrooms down and holds the diffuser in place. You're gonna do that for all 4 holes. Okay, so once you've got your well nuts assembled, you can hold this up to the car. There's 4 holes here that line up with those 4 holes to where as you drill the 3/8 inch hole. We're gonna push it up against the car, make sure these points are inside the rear bumper here, the rear bumper cover. And once they are, you can insert your well nut up through the diffuser, the bumper cover, and the skid plate. Make sure you go through all 3 holes. And once you do, you can tighten it down. Just go ahead and snug it up to the point where the diffuser can hold on to the car on its own. There you go. So go ahead and do the next 3. Snug them all up. You don't have to over tighten them. We'll come back and tighten them later. So once you've got the diffuser locked in those 4 places with those bolts snug, you're gonna hold it up against the bumper cover and use a 1/4 inch drill bit to drill up through the bumper cover. Just make sure that everything seems aligned. You're welcome to check both sides before you drill them, but we're gonna move on over to the other side here. And once you've got those drilled, you can now install your nut and bolt combination. I'll show you next. Okay, you've got those 2 holes drilled with a 1/4 inch drill. You're gonna grab this countersunk bolt with the countersunk washer, put them together, insert it through the hole, and then use a washer and nut that we supply on the top. So you're gonna push up on through, reach up inside. You might have to move the skid plate a little bit. Stick your washer and then your nut. You'll need a 7/16 wrench on the top and a 5/32 Allen on the bottom. Just hold the top while you spin the bottom. Move on to the other side. Alright, so the last step is if you did buy edge trim, it applies directly to the face of your diffuser. You can kind of decide where you want to put it, but you want to use some isopropyl alcohol to clean the edge with a rag and isopropyl, and then let it dry and you can apply the edge trim directly to the face right here. You can see we've already done 3, but the last one I'm just going to show you real quick how to do it. Alright, so this is the edge trim. We recommend kind of cutting it to size, so make sure you got a straight cut. If you don't, use some diagonal cutters to cut it straight. You're going to peel back the tape. You're going to apply it directly to the face right here.
I'll put 4 because mine is set up really good. I'll put 4 just in case.
Make sure you install it straight up and down, just like an even amount is going to stick out on the left and right side of the pin. And then when you get to some curves, feel free to use feel free to use a heat gun to kind of get it around the edge, to form it around it. It flexes a lot better when it's warm. And that's the diffuser install. You're good to go.